Well, I don't have the recent statistics, and there are a lot of mixed signals from Ukraine right now. I only can draw your attention to the proved fact that at the moment the Chernobyl nuclear power plant has been captured by Russian saboteurs. They captured personnel of nuclear station, and this seems to be exactly like the case of state-sponsored terrorism, because we have intelligence information. If Russia would keep losing, and they are losing a lot of battles, ground battles in Ukraine, they could start make some sort of dirty nuclear explosion.
Dirty nuclear. Now, I just want people to know.
There are numbers of battles we're winning.
Go ahead,
so
sir.
Far. There are a number of battles our troops are successfully winning at the moment, but of course there are also problems, and a number of cities are being captured by Russian invaders. This happens right now, but again, it's not yet clear where happens what. A lot of chaos, indeed.
A lot of chaos. So some, I'm just going to go over that because I lost you for a minute there, Ambassador Chargé D'Affaires. Some cities have been captured. Ukrainian forces have fought back. I just want people to know, when you mention Chernobyl, of course, where there is a nuclear power station that many people here would know, that is north of Kyiv, the capital, on the border with Belarus. How close are Russians to the capital? We have heard reports that they had captured an airport about 20 kilometers outside of Kyiv. Can you give us a sense of how close they are to the capital?
The find for airport in Gostomel nearby Kyiv is still going. We are using artillery to destroy airborne Russians who used about 14, 15 helicopters to airstrike the person of the airport and then to airborne there. So this fight is still going, and it's obviously that Russia is planning to use that airport to launch invasion against Kyiv. So their primary objective is Kyiv, and if you will try to analyze, to take a look at the bigger picture, they would like to have panic in Ukraine. They would like to destabilize Ukraine from inside. They would like to disseminate Ukrainian military forces. And of course, from psychological effect, they would like to capture our capital. This is what they're doing. And the most tragic thing, they're actively using airspace to have these airstrikes in downtown Kyiv. As your correspondent was reporting, the Kharkiv is being airstruck and bombed right now at the moment. People right now at the bomb shelters. My own family, mother, sister, and her kid in bomb shelters and subway stations right now in Kyiv.
Your own family and your relatives there. What is the Ukrainian government expecting from the Russian forces? More ground troops, more tanks? And also, can you confirm if Belarus has been supporting Russia and are sending their own troops to attack Ukraine?
There is free, peaceful Belarusian people. There is no state like Belarus now. Russia equals Belarus and vice versa. Several cruise missiles were shot at Ukraine from Belarusian territory. So basically, right now we need more ammunition, we need more lethal weapon, we need more military equipment. There are a lot of civilians who would like now to be in Ukraine's armed forces. They need helmets, they need armored tactical jackets, they need firearms. This is what we are requesting currently from our Canadian and other international partners. It is very important to establish a land route from Poland to Ukraine for humanitarian cargos, for military cargos, for all other kind of support. And that's why, because Russia has advantage in aviation, in air forces, right, we are raising the issue of closing, of making no-fly zone over Ukraine. This is something that that has to be decided soon.
Two last things, Chargé D'Affaires. The Minister of Defense, Anita Anand, is going to join me as soon as she gets out of a briefing. So she'll be on this program in a minute. You heard the sanctions from the West. There's not a sanction against Vladimir Putin. There is not a booting Russia out of what's called SWIFT, the international banking transaction system, which Ukraine has called for. She said she shipped some lethal weapons, $10 million worth to Ukraine. What else would Ukraine want? Give me what you want from Canada and the West.
I've just met with Minister Joly. I've met with G7 ambassadors just a minute before our meeting. Our friends with us, we are promised, we're assured that these sanctions are not the last. The stronger sanctions are coming, but I would like to draw attention to the following. We need those sanctions that would fundamentally undermine the ability of Russian economy, of Russian banks to finance this war, this genocide against Ukraine and free world. This has to be effective.
Okay.
So far, personal sanctions, it's too little, it may be too late.
Too little and too late. The war in your country, we are thinking about it, sir. I know you and I will be speaking many times. You want more sanctions, you want more weapons. Andrii Bukvych, the Chargé D'Affaires at the embassy in Ukraine. You're the representative in Canada. I know your family's in jeopardy tonight. Difficult days, sir. I really appreciate you joining me. Thank you, and I look forward to our next conversation.
Thank you for having me.